Today I'm working on an anvil. I want to build a bench to mount the anvil. There's a video on that already, but still a lot of work to do to finish it up. But today I am working on getting the vise ready. And if you ever watch Fireball Tools channel, he does a lot of destructive testing of anvils. And one thing that is quite common is that no matter how good the rest of your anvil is, this thing is only so good. And it is a lot of times the weakest point in the vise, and it will break that ring. So for this application, I want to mount this directly to the table that I'm building. So I spent a lot of time, getting this machine down. Now, I'm not a machinist, and so I used the angle grinder a bit to get some of this taken off and leveled down, but that's a pretty not precise tool. But I also used a metal rasp to kind of work off the high spots as much as I could too. So this is a pretty flat surface. It's not machine flat, but it is flat compared to what I can do by hand. Now the other thing that I noticed is it has this little race around that where that would be able to pivot. Now I don't want it to pivot anymore. I'm actually going to put these two holes right into the table of the vise bench I'm making. So I needed to make sort of a gasket or a washer. So I started cutting this up, and you can see that I put a whole bunch of fancy holes and stuff, and I tried to connect the holes, but when I did that, I cut through about 7/8 of the washer. So I had to start over again, and this time I did this one. I got one little scar on there, but it's not too bad. And this will go in there and act as a washer for that part of it. A lot of hand filing with a rat file and everything to get that center hole. That's the hard part, to get that rounded out and right size to be fitting on there. And of course the outside can be more or less whatever, because it's not touching anything, but this inner circle needs to kind of be just the right size to fit in there and make that work as a washer. Then when I bolt everything down, I will use the original clamp, I guess it's the clamp. This thing that was bolted to this and worked as a friction agent to this ring to hold that from spinning around. So I'm going to use this on the bottom side of the mounting plate, and then I will bolt that through those holes and into that plate to take up the slack and tighten that down. A couple things is I get to reuse that, but also when I put the bolts in there, I don't have to try to reach around under there and hold that nut from moving around, because this bar will have two nuts in it and they'll stabilize each other and keep from turning. Hey, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You know the drill.